3 years ago, I was scrolling through a certain Discord server, the lo-fi server. Around this point, I was just about to finish high school, but I've stopped speaking to most of my friends, and so I was very, very lonely at this point. And so there was an introduction section inside this lo-fi server. Pretty much, you introduce yourself and you can make new friends, meet new people, find people to play games with. And I was horny, and I used this introduction section as a matchmaker to find a gamer girlfriend for myself. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. I spent hours of my day doing this, by the way. Yeah, maybe I'm too open on this channel. One day, I saw a message from a user that said 18F, F for female, by the way, looking for buddies to play CSGO with, and I hopped on that shit straight away. Because standards, dude, I don't even need to know what they look like. And so I instantly, just like that, messaged her on Discord, and this is where the fun begins. Right? We just started talking, did the boring shit, right? Introducing ourselves, my name is blah, blah, blah. We got along very, very well. I learned that she was from America, which I obviously am not, but I didn't give a shit. And so she wanted to hop on a call with me and play a game of CSGO, which I was so down for, but I was also very, very nervous, so I put on my deep, sexy voice, and I went in there. We started playing, I got to hear her voice. It was very, very fun, I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time playing with her, albeit, the server paying the lag. I was playing on American servers. I'm from fucking across the world from there, but it was fun. I didn't give a shit. I was speaking to a girl. Hell fucking yes, that's all that mattered. And this became a daily occurrence. Although I'd have to play in the mornings for her to account for the time difference, but again, I didn't really care. And a week into playing with her, we get to start to know each other a bit better now on a deeper level. And we start talking about things that aren't just about video games, about our lives, which we actually started to get to know each other a bit better now. And eventually, she started sending me good morning texts on Discord. She started to like me a lot, like a lot, right? I would get good afternoons, good mornings, good nights. Bro, I was getting bombarded with messages. She couldn't stop messaging me. And I really did like her as well, because again, she was the only girl giving me attention at the time. And she eventually sent me a selfie of herself for the first time ever, with like a Snapchat text in front of her face, kind of blocking it, but that was the first time I ever saw her face. And I thought she was pretty cute. She was white. Yeah, that's pretty much all. But here's the thing, bro, when she sent me that, I could tell that she wanted me to send one back, right? She wanted to know what I look like. But can you guess what I said? Oh, I can't right now. I'll send one later. At the time, my confidence was at an all-time low. When it came to voice chat, I could speak to girls, chat them up all day long, no problem, bro. But when anything and everything came to my face, if anything came to my face, bro, I would fold. I didn't want anything to do with it, because I simply thought I was just very, very ugly. Like, simply put, I thought I was ugly. Hence, why I was that lonely kid in high school, I didn't really have a very fulfilling social life. I was that kid in the corner of the classroom who was just quiet. And so a couple days go past, and she keeps on nagging me to send a picture of myself. What do you look like, cutie? And so this one night, she was just sending me so many texts, like she was replying instantly. She wanted to see me that night. And I was like, screw it, right? I've been speaking to this girl for long enough. She's a nice girl. I know she won't say anything bad. Fuck it, bro. Why not? I started like getting the best angles, the best lighting, I took a picture of myself in actual confidence this time, because this was probably the best selfie that I've ever taken in my life. I can't lie, bro. Fuck yeah, bro. I'm gonna send her the selfie. And so I did. I sent it to her. I showed her my face for the very, very first time, and I was just fantasizing on what she was gonna say. Oh my god, you're such a cutie, you're such this. Oh, you're so handsome, you're so hot, this, blah, blah, blah. And a couple minutes go past. She was replying instantly before. Why didn't she reply instantly? So, whatever, bro. 5 minutes go past, 10 minutes go past. Ugh, it's fine. She's probably just taking a shit on the toilet. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I never heard from her ever again. Man, what a hit to my self-esteem, bro. Oh my god. You know, I wasn't even that sad about the fact that this girl ghosted me. What I was actually sad about was honestly the fact that my personality was there, but my looks weren't. She liked me until she saw my face. Yeah, that hit me pretty hard. And for me, this was the last straw. Well, one of the last straws. See, like this similar situation happened to me quite a few times, and I've had enough, right? Honestly, I just wanted to prove them wrong for once in my life. This made me want to go into the shadows for a very long, long time, go ghost, and then come back a completely different person to where I was the one who would be able to reject them, right? I became pretty vengeful because of occurrences like this. I became pretty hateful towards girls. And so one day, I was looking up online how to improve my looks, and I came across looks maxing. Just a quick break though, if you are enjoying this story, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and also feel free to follow my Instagram as well if you want. Those two things help me out a lot, so thank you so much for that. And we go back to the video, okay? So this was over the span of 2.5 years, or something like that, right? The first thing that I saw that you gotta start doing to look better is to start mewing. Apparently this will chisel up your jawline, make your jawline come out more, you know? Obviously I didn't see results straight away. This stuff takes a long time, but I started mewing. However, the very first thing I actually did to improve my looks was my hairstyle. See, my hair at the time was a pile of shit. It looked like an absolute mess. A bird's nest. I've had many, many different hairstyles up to this point. I've tried short, I've tried long, medium. Everything has looked terrible on me. At least I thought everything looked horrible on me. And so I looked up how to actually find a good hairstyle for you. And everyone on the internet says to find your face shape first. Because as soon as you find your face shape, then you'll know what hairstyle. Honestly, guys, that confused the fuck out of me. And I simply went back to monkey. I just experimented, right? I didn't use any of this face shape shit. I experimented. And so I just tried out a whole bunch of different haircuts, hairstyles. I had longer hair at the time, so I cut my hair, I went short, and I thought that looked horrible on me. But I noticed something when I had short hair. I had flaws on my head. And I know that sounds weird, but I had flaws that needed to be covered. And having short hair kind of revealed that to me. Now the first thing I noticed is the sides of my head. They protrude out. But you can't notice that because I've got longer hair that's covering it, right? I just have a big head, and in my opinion it looks weird. So that's the first thing I realized, that I need hair on the side of my head. Second off, my forehead. Now my forehead, my hairline's fine, right? But for some reason, and I'm not even sure why, I just kind of, like, with my hair slicked back, with my forehead visible, it kind of just looks weird from the side, don't you agree? So I need a hairstyle which kind of covers my forehead a little bit. That's the second thing. And finally, the back of my head. You definitely can't notice it now, but the back of my head usually is very flat. And when I have a shorter haircut, it looks very weird, right? It looks fucking weird. It looks like I've just got a flat head that can be just fucking slapped. And that kind of leads me to the current hairstyle I have now. Kind of long on the front, longer on the sides, long on the back as well. See how I kind of experimented with my own head shape and kind of saw my flaws and kind of based the haircut around that. However, bro, now I need to figure out how to actually style my hair. See, for my whole life, again, I just used, products that other people have given me, right? And that doesn't work because everyone has a different hair type. And so I've got to find a product for my own hair that actually works for my own hair. And I experimented with so many different things, guys, but honestly, I just went back to the organic roots and I just use hair oil. It's perfect. Like coconut oil, perfect for my hair. Perfect. But it's most likely not going to be the same for you. And honestly, in terms of styling it, all I do is just wet my hair first and then grab a bunch of coconut oil and put it on my hair, and wait for it to dry. So now I have a better hairstyle, but the next thing to solve is my god-awful skin. See, at that time, believe it or not, bro, I don't know, I literally went days without drinking water at times. I didn't have a skincare routine, my diet was kind of mid. Yeah, I didn't even get much sleep either, so that explains why my skin looked like that. So first thing I did was obviously start drinking a fuck ton of water, at least like 3 liters a day, and that by itself made my skin a lot more vibrant. And the second thing I needed to do was hop on a skincare routine, so I started cleansing my skin every morning and night, and then I started using a niacinamide by The Ordinary and moisturize. And over time, this actually started to clear my skin. Believe it or not, the niacinamide actually really did work. And by this point, my skin was looking a hell of a lot better. I didn't really fix up my diet because I didn't really know back then. But these two things really did change my skin for the better. Now, the third thing I realized was I had a monobrow. Low-key, I had a monobrow. For most of my life, I was literally squilly and fancy son, right? I had a monobrow and I needed to fucking shave that shit. No one should have hair in the middle of their brows, bro. What is this? Okay, the caveman era? No. I also had yellow teeth, not gonna lie. And so this was when I started reducing the amount of sugar I ate in my diet. I also implemented a natural herbal teeth whitening toothpaste into my diet. This was by Red Seal. So I started doing that, and over time, bro, my teeth slowly started to get whiter and whiter, although this took a couple months, so be patient with this one, okay? And at this point, I was in Malaysia for my brother's wedding. My brother was getting married, right? And everyone fucking has beards in Malaysia. I've tried growing out my beard in the past. I've always just shaved it off because it looked shit, it looked scraggly, horrible. But this time, I'm gonna grow it out. And grow it out I did. And by the time I came back to New Zealand, it looked horrible. It looked so unkept, it looked so untidy. It looked like a typical Indian guy's beard. Yeah, I'm calling you motherfuckers out. But it was only after a year, so 2024, bro, when I actually learned how to groom it properly. And so how I typically actually groom it is I like to keep the chin a little bit longer than the sides. Kind of just creates that shape a little bit more, and I learned how to line it up properly as well. Fuck, from like a year ago, it looks a lot better. Now, it's been 2 years since I've actually started this journey, and I've been mewing for 2 years now. I do believe the mewing did make a small difference, albeit probably not to a crazy amount, okay? However, I still recommend mewing like 24/7. I still mew 24/7. It's just proper tongue posture at the end of the day. There's no excuses not to mew. Don't break your fucking mewing streak, dumbass. And yeah, man, half of this whole thing was honestly just experimenting. And I'd like to say I look a little bit different, you know, than I did 3 years ago. As for girls, yeah, I do get treated better by them now. That's without a doubt. But honestly, guys, since then, my goals have changed, you know, from wanting to attract as many girls as possible because I've simply just been hurt by them. And now, actually just wanting to find purpose in life, you know. Just wanting to find something meaningful to do, something to strive for every single day. And I recommend you do the same. Don't fall under the looks maxing trap, you know, that your looks are everything in life, because it's not. It's really just not, okay? And yeah, I love to clown on looks maxing sometimes, but honestly, it did really change my life, right? It made me a lot more confident in my own skin. And at the end of the day, I think that's all that matters, right? I hope you enjoyed this story. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, and comment your thoughts down below. If you want to subscribe to my Instagram, or follow my Instagram, I don't know why I said subscribe, you can do that right there. Have a good one, okay? I'll catch you in the next one.